Hello everyone, myself Lohit Dalal, lecturer, Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, Jain Polytechnic, Belgavi. Today I am going to discuss about Unit 4, Applications of Thyristors. These are the contents I am going to discuss. First, introduction, photoelectric control of SCR, light dimmer circuit using diac and triac, speed control of AC/DC motors, and advantages of electronic control of motors. Okay, first let us see introduction. In application in a thyristors, okay, the thyristors are the oldest power semiconductor devices used for power control applications. Okay, so these are very commonly used devices from thyristors family, that is silicon control rectifier. Okay, the other members of the thyristor families are usually diac, triac, okay, etc. So next, photoelectric control of the SCR. The photoelectric control of an SCR is shown in this figure. Okay, this figure consists of okay, photolight is falling on the cathode. Okay, so there is a P1, N2 and P2 regions. Okay, there is a junction exists J1, J2 and J3. Okay, so as shown in the figure, okay, so there is a light passing through a translucent window in a package containing the device act as a trigger pulse. Okay, so here means this translucent pulse. Okay, the device act as a what, trigger pulse. It is a very sensitive to the temperature, applied voltage and the rate of change of the applied voltage. So there is a proper bias photons incidents on the P1 region, or a P1 base region creates the electron hole pair in the region, and these diffuses towards the junction J1. The junction J2 reduces the resistance of the region. The voltage across the junction J2 reduces, but simultaneously the voltage across the junction J1 and J3 increases. Okay, junction J2 reduces and also simultaneously what happens, the voltage across the J1 and junction J3 increases. So this is the symbol, okay, photoelectric control of the SCR. Okay, and such an enhancement in the carrier injection in junction J1 and J3. Okay, junction J1 and J3, and with the current building up cumulatively. Okay, current is going to increase. Okay, that is known as the avalanche fashion. Okay, the current is going to increase in the fashion of avalanche fashion. Okay, so SCR becomes turns on. Okay, so this light is incidents on the SCR. Okay, because of it SCR going to turn on, that is a photon. Okay, light. So if you say VI characteristics of the SCR, the greater the intensity of the light incident on the SCR, lower voltage needed to turn on the SCR. Okay, so that we can conclude. Okay, so means greater the intensity of the light, so lower voltage is needed to turn on the SCR. Okay, that is a concept you are going to learn. Okay, so next there is a light dimmer circuit using diac and triac. Okay, in this circuit, okay, a single diac and triac is used to control the both positive and negative half cycles of the supplies. Okay, the intensity is varied by controlling the phase of the conduction of the triac. Resistances R1 and R2 and capacitor C1 act as the triggering for the diac. R3 capacitor C1 C2 forms the phi network. Okay, this is the phi filter network which bypasses the spikes in the AC power supply. Okay, this is the AC power supply we are providing. So if suppose spikes are present, that spikes are bypassed with the help of a phi filter network. Okay, so during the positive half cycle of the capacitor C1 charges through resistance R1 and R2 to the positive voltage VA. Okay, this point positive voltage VA, it is going to charge. When the voltage VA across C1 exceeds, okay, voltage across the capacitor C1 exceeds the breakcore voltage of a diac, and diac turns on. Okay, the breakdown voltage of the diac reaches and diac becomes turns on. Okay, and consequently the gate of the triac receives a trigger pulse through a diac. So the triac is turned on to pass the AC power to the lamp. Okay, once triac is turned on, okay, it is going to pass the AC supply to the this lamp. Okay, as the resistance R2 is increased, okay, the time required to charge capacitor C1 to the breakover voltage of the diac increases. This causes the triac to trigger late in each half cycles. Okay, so in the negative half cycle of the capacitor, C1 charges to the opposite polarity, that is minus VA. Okay, again the diac and triac becomes turns on in the reverse sequence and the current flows through the load in the opposite direction. This current or this circuit can also be used for speed control of single phase induction motors or a universal motors. Okay, this is the working of the light dimmer circuit using diac and triac. So next concept, speed control of AC DC motors. Okay, so many of the electronic devices and circuits are used to control the AC DC motors. The variable DC voltage from the phase control rectifier is widely used for the speed control of motors. Okay, so the thyristor phase control rectifier is mostly used to obtain the variable DC voltage from constant AC voltage and frequency sources. Okay, these are mainly speed control of AC DC motors. Motors are usually classified into two categories, closed loop and open loop. Okay, the closed loop systems usually senses the motor output and uses the information to the correct the drive to the motor to eliminate the errors. Okay, so in a open loop motor control is adequate where the load on the motor is reasonably constant. Okay, so this closed loop and open loop are used. Okay, so closed loop is used to sense the error. Okay, so in open loop motor is used to adequate the load, okay, where the load is constant. Okay, so means the open loop motor control is adequate, okay, adapted or motor loop control is used where the load on the motor is reasonably constant. Load on the motor is constant, that time we will use the open loop. Okay, so next concept, that is advantages of electronic control of the motors. Okay, there is a improved ruggedness, low cost, small size, high efficiency, increased reliability, less maintenance, can be used for explosive environments. Okay, thank you.